Check it out, guys. Rock and roll movers. That's pretty cool. What's going on, guys? Welcome to Storytime Slots Walk and Talk, episode number 3. Today's topic: quitting gambling. Quitting for good. That's it. You had enough. You want to quit. You had enough losing. It's affecting your life. You know, you had enough. You had it up to here. And you're trying to figure out ways. By the way, I taped my zipper this time on this amazing hoodie that I have. Golden Knights, Las Vegas ice hockey team. You had enough. Look at this old home. Look at this old home. Ah, that thing's out of a scary movie. With all these brush and all that old home. So, we're going to talk about it little by little about quitting gambling. Alright? Some gardening noises here. Excuse the gardening noises. Before we get into it, how you guys doing today? It's kind of chilly out here, but I'm having fun. You know, walking is very important for me. Walking and talking. I got a goal to hit, guys. I got a goal to hit with my health and fitness lifestyle change that I'm got going over here. So I'm feeling good, better and better every day. Doing this. I'm going to try to do this, not videos, but I'm going to try to walk every day, 5 days a week, you know, as much as I can. I'm going to start doing the push-ups too soon. Slowly but surely, you know. I want to try a couple of like easy baby push-ups, I want to call them, in this walk and talk session as well, on an incline. You'll see it. Anyway, we're talking about quitting gambling. You're thinking about quitting. You've had enough. You just don't know how. You're used to, you know, you got a routine. You like going, but you've had enough, man. You want to stop. How many of you guys, how many of you guys, after a big time losing casino session, you walk out of the casino and you say, you know what, that's it. I'm done. But it never works out. You're done for a week. You come back home. Guess what? You get paid again. You know, your wounds are healed. You don't feel as bad anymore. A couple of weeks later, you have some money again. Then you go back and do the same thing. You go back and you lose again because you're addicted. You're addicted to gambling. You're addicted to the casinos. And you're back in the same place you were 2 weeks ago. And this is a recurring cycle for you guys. You know, you want to quit. That's it. And mind you, some of you guys are successful at quitting. You know, I've heard stories where people have quit gambling and are successful. They haven't touched gambling in a long time. And that's awesome, you know? It can be done, guys. There's no rocket science. This is not, you know, rocket science. Hey, somebody had a good time here. Some vodka shots. You know, it can be done. It's not hard. I mean, it's hard. I don't want to say it's not hard. It is hard. For an addicted gambler, it is hard to quit. See, there's two sides of this. There's the side of enjoying the casino, going there for entertainment, and you're not having fun anymore. And then there's the dangerous side, which is ruining your life, ruining your finances, ruining your family, ruining pretty much everything in your life. Now that's dangerous. Now I understand why you guys want to quit, and I'm here to help you in this walk and talk session here, episode number 3. We're going to talk about everything about quitting gambling. Okay, the first thing is you need to have a plan in place. Okay? You need to have a plan. And just like quitting anything else, look at me. I mean, with this health journey that I'm in, I had to sacrifice. Okay? Key word here, sacrifice. I had to sacrifice a lot of things. My lifestyle that I was used to, that I was enjoying. What was I enjoying? Going out to eat, eating anything I wanted. As you get older, should we try some push-ups here? First time, guys, I used to do 300 push-ups. Okay, when I was in shape in 2020, I used to do 300 real push-ups, like flat on the floor. But I haven't done this in a couple years, and kind of hesitant because my body's not used to it. But I'm gonna try it right here, right now. But what am I gonna put this camera? We'll do this. Hold on, guys. We'll talk about quitting gambling in a sec. I just want to do 10 of these. And when I say incline push-ups, see, I'm going to use this thing. All right. And I'm going to use this thing. And my body's not going to be flat. It's going to be like this at an angle. So it's going to make it a little more easier for me to start. Still going to give me the benefits of that push-up resistance on my chest, my back, my arms. First time ever, all right? It's been 2 years since I've done this. Give me a second. Hold on, let me put you guys down. All right, here we go. I'm going to try to do like 5. Opa! This is kind of tough right now. Oh, my arms, I feel it. I feel it in my arms. On my chest already, and it's on an incline. My body's not used to this. My body's telling me, what the hell are you doing? I don't like this. Go back home. Hell no. Alright, that's good. Ooh, I feel it burning on my arms. First time doing this. Check back with me in about a year. I'll show you guys my results. We're gonna have some progress on this. Ooh, yeah, I feel it. I feel it right here. I feel it. My body's like, what the heck's going on here? Waking up all the body parts, the muscles. Anyway, so have a plan in place. Take it one step at a time. All right. So number 1, it's destroying your life. Number 2 is destroying your finances. Number 3, it's straining your relationships. Number 4, you never have money. You're always in debt. I always joke with my friends about people that have stopped going to casinos for a while. I always tell them, hey, I bet you have more money in your wallet and you have gas in your tank. Right? Yeah, that's true. Making sure. Take my little zipper so it doesn't make noises this time. But that's true, right, guys? You have more money in your wallet when you don't go to casinos, and you have gas in your tank. So some people that used to like going to casinos, why do they all of a sudden feel the need to quit? Like I said, if it's ruining your life, if all you do is lose, and if it's not fun anymore, even if you're disciplined, even if you know what you're kind of doing with your finances, but you're just fed up with losing. Who wants to lose all the damn time? We all know that casinos have been very, very, very bad. Let me just make sure I'm recording here. There comes a point in time where you're just not having fun anymore, guys, even for entertainment, right? But you said enough is enough. Now I bring my friend up again as an example because he's living this right now. He is quitting gambling. He hasn't gambled probably for a week. I keep tabs on him all the time. And this guy is a guy that's gambled all his life, and hasn't had a 2 or 3 day absence from casinos. But now it's been, I think, the longest in 30 years this guy hasn't been to a casino. It's been only a week. He's going through what I'm talking about. He wants to quit. Right? Quit gambling. Quit. Like I said, you got to have a very disciplined plan in place to do this. Okay? The hardest thing for me, because I've stayed away for a little bit, took a little break from going to casinos. The hardest thing for me was to figure out what I'd do in its place. Because a guy like me does it for entertainment. A guy like me does it to spend time, to pass time, to enjoy my time. Like a hobby. Yeah, there is such thing as going to a casino, gambling, as your hobby, as your pastime, as something to do. Boredom. People are bored. All right, and they like the casino environment, but they just don't like losing. So what do? You're not having fun anymore, and you just want to stop. So, the first thing is, and that's very important, is to find something else to do in its place. And that's the hardest thing to do, in my opinion, is find something else to do in its place. Okay, because you're no longer going there anymore. So you need to replace that time that you were having fun with something else that you're still going to have fun, but not go to the casino. That's the hardest thing to overcome, guys. Sometimes even harder than getting the finances to gamble is the time absent, is replacing the time with something else, which is freaking hard. Now, I bring back the health and fitness thing. Same thing here, guys. I had to find my time. I had to find the time that I was used to snacking on chips, snacking on something while I was watching a movie, or just in between unhealthy meals, snacking on unhealthy junk, processed foods, right? The hardest thing for me to do is replace my time doing something else, snacking on something else that doesn't really taste that great, like carrot sticks instead of chips. Same thing. That was the hardest thing for me to do, and I'm doing it, and I feel great. I'm not even thinking about the chocolates. I'm not even thinking about the chips and all the unhealthy snacks that I used to eat. The cookies, the dessert. Man, I got a sweet tooth more than anybody. I love chocolate, dark chocolate, See's candies, Snickers. I love those things. Ice cream. I go crazy for ice cream. Rocky Road is my favorite. But I had to stop all that. So the hardest thing for me to do was cut all that stuff. It's been what? It's been freaking like 3 months since I've had an ice cream. And that to me, I got a sweet tooth. That to me was very tough to do. And I did it because I figured out a way to just do it. There was no other way, because I'm not going to drop the pounds and go back to how I was by still eating the same way. There's no way. Getting in shape, living a healthier lifestyle, I think it's 80% what you eat and 20%, keeping active, working out, walking. 80% of it is what you eat, right? So, same thing with gambling. Gambling is a crazy animal, guys. It is a tricky animal to overcome. I find myself thinking about that all day. Is there such thing as like doing it for entertainment, right? Is there such thing as that? Or am I just a gambler? Right? Am I just a gambler? An addicted gambler? Am I still addicted? Like, am I on the verge of losing control at any minute? Sure. We all do things that we get hypnotized by the casino. We get hypnotized by losing. It makes us dig in more and more. We take revenge on these machines. We want our money back. We stick that money in the machine and we lose it, and we stick another 100 in the machine. We want that money back. So we're in this constant battle with the machines. We're in constant battle with them. And before you know it, you look down and you say, damn, I lost a lot of money here, guys. This is a problem. This is a problem that I really, really want to overcome. And I'm sick and tired. I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. The Ozzy song. Rest in peace. Prince of Darkness. Sick and tired of being sick and tired, and you want to do something about it. So the first step is to have a plan to do something else with your life that you haven't, to replace the time of gambling. I know it's the hardest thing to do, guys, because you enjoy it. I know it's the hardest thing to do because you enjoy it. And we talk about it. Me and my friend, we talk about it, you know. We say, even if you had a lot of money, would you still gamble? Let's say you're having gambled for a long time and you quit gambling, and all of a sudden you come across a lot of money and you just want to go back and F them up. You know, we joke around all the time. You know, we bring up different scenarios and say, hey, would we do this if this was the case? You know, there's been a lot of times where me and my friend would talk about it, and we talk about like, hey, taking a little break. And my friend had called me up. True story. This happens all the time, actually. And let me know in the comments if you know anybody or this has crossed your mind, where you say, okay, this is the last time. I'm going to the casino to try it out one more time. And I'm going balls out this time. I'm going balls out. This is the last time I'm ever going to go. It's kind of like being in a diet. You know, this is your last day cheating. This is your last day. I'm going to go pig out. And after today, I'm starting my diet. So what do? You go, you have a whole pie. You have a whole extra large pizza. You drink all this alcohol. Same thing with alcohol. You go out and you binge. You drink, you get drunk, because you know next day you said to yourself, I'm quitting drinking. So I'm going to go out and get effed up right now. Has this ever happened to you? Has this ever happened to you where you say, this is the last time I'm going to go gamble. I'm going to take out $10,000 and I'm going to try to F them up. Either I lose my whole $10,000, right? Or I make a killing. How many of you guys have done that? Said, this is the last time. Either I'm going to go make a killing, take a lot of money. If I lose everything, I'm done. What happened? When you tried that, what happened? You lost everything? Did you stop? You probably stopped for a month. What happened? You still went back. You didn't quit. You're just in the whole 10,000. That doesn't work, guys. Those kind of ultimatums, those kind of plans, those don't work. You know? I'm going to try it one last time, and if I fail, that's it. I'm done. That's it. I'm done. Then when you go into your car, you know, you have these talks with yourself, banging your head against the damn dashboard saying, what I'm stupid, you know, should have never have done that. I could have had $10,000, but no, I blew it up. I blew that. What kind of stupid, silly plan was that? That kind of stuff doesn't work. That kind of stuff is very detrimental to your finances. That doesn't work. If you want to quit, you just got to stop. You just have to stop if you want to quit. Now, I'm about to jaywalk again. There we go. All right. That kind of stuff don't work, guys. Those kind of silly tactics, ultimatums, this, that doesn't work. You got to have a plan. You got to stick to it. You got to have discipline. You got to remember all the times where gambling has destroyed you. You know, write things down. Take notes. Write your feelings down. Make vlogs. Record yourself. Remember all the times that gambling has destroyed you. That works. Remember all the times. Prior to gambling, what were you doing prior to gambling? What were you doing? Were you into sports? Were you into something else? Were you spending more time with your kids? What were you doing? Figure that out to replace your time that you're going to have away from the game, away from gambling. The other thing you got to sit down and think about is, what are you chasing with gambling? Are you chasing that big win for financial freedom? You're playing the wrong game, my friend. Hold on. You are playing the wrong game. You know, there's no such thing as you're going to be free by hitting something huge. So, what are you chasing? It's not working out for you. So, why keep going? Why keep doing this to yourself? I always say it to myself, like I'm in an interesting position in my life right now. Like with me, I've cut down, guys. Like I've cut down my gambling. Big time. I'm a different man now. A whole different person. Before, you know. I see all my buddies that are still high rollers, and they always ask me, hey, you went to the casino? What did you do? This, that. And they're very surprised that I'm only betting $2, $3, $5. They're very surprised at my actions. Ask them, why are you surprised? I can't sustain this level of losses, guys. You know, I can't sustain it. It's not only about the money, it's about just the frustrations, the angers. You know, you get angry, you always lose. I changed my ways, and that's maybe something that you can do. You know, think about maybe instead of quitting cold turkey, try reducing your gambling time, the amount of times you go play, right? And how much you bet. Maybe that will make you feel better. You're still in the game, you're still in the environment, but you're not losing as much. Chances of you winning big at one shot will be greatly reduced doing that. Obviously, the less you bet, the less you win. However, hey, you like Spanish style? You guys like Spanish style homes? That's pretty nice. This is a nice block. It's very nice style. So, if you can't quit cold turkey, maybe do what I'm doing. Reduce the times you go, reduce your bet amount, reduce your bankroll. But again, will this lead you back to where you were? I mean, is this going to really help you to cut it down a little bit? Or are you one of those people that you really just need to just stop? So if you just really need to be away from it. Okay, quitting something cold turkey, I said that the opposite way, is the hardest thing anybody can do. But it's not impossible. It isn't. If I could quit my eating habits cold turkey, then you can do this too. You can do this too. And it can be done. You just have to have a plan. Like I said, finding out something that you enjoy. See, a lot of times, gamblers, casino players, the reason why they do go to casino is to feel that power, to feel those dopamine hits again, that rush that they're not getting from everyday life. You know, some of you guys live in a routine lifestyle, which is wake up, go to work, 9 to 5, get back home, take care of the kids, and it's rinse and repeat, right? And you want an outlet once a week. You want something to do. You want excitement. You want that excitement in your life. Those dopamine hits, those rushes. I talked to guys. One Asian guy was talking to me at the casino once. He was telling me, we were talking about gambling. We were talking about losing, losses. He told me something one day that I was like, what? He told me that, yeah, losing is an addiction too. People love losing. I was like, what the hell are you talking about, man? How can you love losing? Yeah, he told me that gives some people rush. It gives some people this dopamine feeling of losing. They love that feeling. I'm like, you're crazy. How can you love losing? Hey, that some people's brains are wired differently, right? Some people's brains, I don't understand. That's not me. I hate losing. I get upset. I want to win. I want to win, guys. But it's not in our control to win. I wish I could win all the time, but I hardly win. So let's talk about why we lose all the time. And no, I don't want to hear the excuse. Some people, going uphill, some people talk about, well, you're not betting enough, that's why you don't win. You're not betting big bets. You're not spinning $25 a spin, that's why you don't win. Really? Is that the reason why we're losing all the time? Because we're not betting big bets? That's baloney, guys. I know guys that make big bets, they lose 10 times more than I do. That's not true. Get that out of your mind. Yeah, you might get a hand pay quicker by betting bigger bets, but you're getting a hand pay doesn't mean you're still winning. You're still losing. You're still coming out of there a loser. Okay? That doesn't make sense to me, guys. It's not true. That's not the reason why we always lose. We always lose because we are playing a game that the odds are stacked against us all the time. These slot machines are very hard to hit. I feel like I'm in like Europe somewhere, like Scotland or somewhere nice, you know? France and the Alps or something cool like that. Right? So, quitting gambling takes a lot of dedication. You have to be prepared for it. Now, like I said, people do this differently. Either they slow down, cut down what they're doing. They still like it, like me. They like the entertainment value of gambling and slots, and they can control themselves, but they're still losing and they're still frustrated. I fall in that category, guys. Yeah, no one likes losing all the time. I fall under that category. I think that pretty much describes me. You know, yeah, I can control myself now. I only bet what I can afford to lose now. But even affording to lose, we don't want to lose. We want to win, right? So, what can we do? If controlling your habits, if doing it controlled, if treating it as entertainment, right, is not working out for you still, and you're still frustrated, and you're still mad, then you got to think about stopping it altogether. You know, you got to think about stopping it altogether. There comes a point in time where it's not the dollar amount anymore. It's the fact that you win and lose. Okay? It's not the dollar amount anymore. Okay? Even me. In the past, my bankroll was huge. Well, see, with me it's different. In the past, I would win 3 out of 10 times, so it'd equal out, right? But now, this last 2 years, it's nothing but losing. But in the past, I'd have a bigger bankroll to play with, right? The spin amounts were bigger. The wins and losses were huge. But now they're not as big. And to me, it doesn't really matter anymore. Free. No thanks. To me, that doesn't matter. All right? The dollar amounts are not what matters. What matters is I never have the feeling of winning something significant anymore. In the past, I would get those majors. In the past, those machines would hit $4,000, $5,000 majors. I would leave there happy, having the power to go spend that casino cash that week. But you got to think about the bigger picture in this. And what's the bigger picture? When does it ever end? What's the bigger picture in life, guys? Yeah, you win that week. Then what? You end up dumping it back. You end up losing more and more and more. Right? And there's a never-ending cycle. If you're tired of the cycle, guys, if this is a drag, if this is frustrating, if you get upset, if you start banging the machines, let's talk about that. Let's talk about the characteristics of somebody that really needs to gamble. That really needs to quit, like starting yesterday, okay? If you do these at casinos, if you do these, and if you're guilty of this at casinos right now, okay, you need to quit today, right now. Getting upset, frustrated, banging the machine, spitting on the floor, upset, just not having money for anything, behind on your bills, behind on the rent, owing people money, losing things, selling things. Those are all things that tell me you need to stop right away. That's destructive. Okay, if it's all because of gambling, you cuss, you break things, you break your car. My friend's broken his center console of his car because he was just so upset. He literally slammed his center console, cracked it in half, and they gave him a bill for like $1,000. What the heck is going on here, guys? If you leave the casino feeling this way, you have a problem. You have an issue that you need to get resolved right away. And you have the power to do this. Only you can take control of your life. Why be at a casino if you could just be outside, taking in this amazing views and enjoying Earth, enjoying Mother Nature, enjoying a walk, a stroll? Why do that? Why do that? Because we want to win. Winning feels so good. We just want to win, guys. Finding something else to do. Hardest thing in the book. Hardest thing to do in life is to find something else to do. Yeah, you'll get your finances in order, sure. All right. It takes a little bit of time. If you're in debt, your credit card debt, or you owe your friends, that'll get resolved over time. Okay, little by little, all the damage you've done with gambling, that kind of stuff will get resolved. But the healing is where is most important right now. The healing. So if you've done this, if you got upset, if you've banged on things, if you've broken things because you lost, I've seen this kind of behavior all the time at casinos with strangers. I study their characteristics, their mannerisms, what they say and do after a loss. I think to myself, this guy has a problem, man. I don't do that, Now I don't do that because I have control. Yes, of course, I was expecting to lose, and that pretty much, a friend of mine told me, hey, what's that BS you talk about, expecting to lose? He tells me, I don't go to a casino expecting to lose. You're going to lose if you do that, he tells me. I go to the casino expecting to win. That's what he says. Okay. I say, that's fine. Maybe you shouldn't be going to casinos then. So. It's this topic of quitting, it can be done, right? But so let's talk about people that actually enjoy it and have control. Question for you guys. Guy like me that has reduced their play, that expects to lose, that controls his gambling, that sees slot machines as a form of entertainment now, that has a weekly budget combined with the free play, the bogus free play that the casino gives. Combined with that and real money that I allocate for a week fun by myself. Here's back. The BMW is back. This car is sweet. Look at this thing. What is it? An M6? M8. It's an 8 series. That thing is sweet. Look at this thing. Love it. A guy like me that allocates free play and real cash, right? 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, going there, having fun, at a chance at something great, right? At a chance at something great, but I know the realities of gambling, and I show you this on my channel. Do you think I should stop gambling too? Leave it in the comments. Do you think what I'm doing is cause for concern too? Am I in that same category as those people that are just banging against the screen and destroying their lives? Because, like I said, guys, I'm at a level where I've been there, done that, and I don't do that anymore. But still, it still gets frustrating never to win, okay? And when I look at everybody else winning, when I look at people winning around me, okay? I just put out a video, or I'm going to. I'm not sure when I'm going to air this episode, but I hadn't hit a bonus on Mo Mummy. $500 in the machine. I did not hit one bonus. The mummy never showed up. When the mummy shows up on the left side, the Mo Mummy game, and you have a chance at the gem, the guy didn't show up once. The guy didn't run. The Mo Mummy didn't arrive. $500. Betting most $4 spins. You tell me, is that normal? All right, you tell me, is that normal? Lost 500. I got up, took a little break, ordered my coffee. I see this one guy sitting on that same machine, sits down, 2 spins in, hits a bonus. I'm thinking to myself, really? What's up with that, dude? Now you tell me it's not controlled. You tell me, is that totally random? I must have span off. I'll post this video too. $500 worth. I must have span off, I don't know, hundreds of spins? A lot of spins, guys. Maybe 1,000 spins on that session. And I couldn't hit one bonus to save my life. Guy sits down, puts in his new member card. It's red. 2 spins in, he hits a bonus. That sucks. So when I see these things happen, what I'm trying to get at is when I see these kind of results with my play, even being controlled, even treating it as entertainment, even having a budget, even if I lose that budget, I don't feel as bad, right? I don't go crazy because I know that ultimately, eventually, the results are the same. I lose. But even seeing that happen, and then at the same time looking around me and seeing people win, look around YouTube and seeing people win hundreds of thousands of dollars. Mind you, they're betting thousands of dollars a spin. But even that affects me. That affects me in a way where, why can't it be me? And a guy that's controlled, that has control now, the guy that's been lived through a lot, a guy that actually talks about this kind of stuff and understands it, right? I understand it. The psychological aspects of gambling. I know it. I understand it. Do I practice it all the time? Of course not. We're only human, right? But I think maybe if it's starting to affect me as much as that I see things around me and I see people winning, maybe it's time to adjust myself even further than that and saying, hey, what would life be like without gambling? Because when I was betting big, when I was a high roller, let me check. Okay, mic is good. When I was a high roller, guys, and I lost, I took a break for a little bit. I said, I'm going to take a break. I didn't tell myself I was going to quit. I just said, I need a little break. You know, it's kind of like recharge the batteries, hit the reset button, and reevaluate what this whole thing means to me. You know, and I came up to the conclusion that maybe I can have a life that, you know, includes casinos, that includes gambling, but at a lower level, just so I can be there, just so I can be in the game. You know, even as a bench warmer, if that makes any sense at all. And that's what the conclusion I came up with. But my question to you is, does that even make sense anymore now in 2025, going into 2026? Am I just full of shit? Am I just telling myself that that life, that middle ground that I always talk about doesn't exist? Even the people with control, even the people with discipline, are they unhappy? You know, are they mad? Are they frustrated? Do they think about the thoughts of quitting as well, even though it's not destructive? You know, me and my friend, again, we talk about, hey, if you hit the Mega Million tomorrow, would you still go to a casino? He goes back and forth. He tells me that, yeah, I'd go for entertainment. It's fun. Then I tell him, you know what I tell him? I go, what's the point? What's the point? What's the point of you going to a casino for what? To hang out? See? So if I were to think like that and reply like that, why do I still go then? Why do I go even if it's for entertainment? Because I like the game? Because I want to be in the action? I'm starting to feel like I'm gaining more and more stamina doing this. Okay? I'm gaining more and more strength and stamina, which is good. Good thing on my part. I like it. You know, I went uphill and I'm doing better now. So you get better and better at whatever you do, guys. You get better and better at this. So another question I have for you guys is this. I notice a change in my viewership. Okay? And I want your honest opinion, guys, because will you still watch my channel if I stop gambling altogether for a while? Would you still watch my channel? Because the main reason why I include slots is because, yes, number one, I still treat it as entertainment and I like going there. But number two is to show you the realities of it, to contradict what you see on all these other YouTube channels, to show you that no matter what these guys do, that's not reality. And I want to show you the reality of normal everyday play. I'm not betting anything amazing, big, huge, no. I'm just playing regular spins, you know, budget, regular spins. And that's part reason why I include slot play too on my channel. And also, hey, you guys like this electric Cadillac? I think it looks nice. I like the front end. Not too happy about the back. I think the back looks like shit. Anyway, so a question for you guys. Will you still watch? Will you still watch if I stop spinning and I sit down and talk about the negative side of gambling only? Because I noticed that these videos that I talk, these walk and talks, these gambling, casinos are effed up, casinos suck, casinos are rigged, those kind of videos do good, do great. And the spinning, I don't know, it's a big difference there. So do I have two audiences? Or do you watch both? Please leave it in the comments. I like your feedback on this because I noticed that I'm guessing it's two separate audiences here, and some people get turned off the fact that I go still to casinos and play, but at the same time talking about, hey, today we're talking about how to quit gambling, right? What to do to quit gambling. And, well, how can you do both? Well, how can, like, what's going on here? How can you look at entertainment, slots? How can you tell me that, hey, it's a dangerous thing, but you're going and playing sometimes, whether it's free play, whether it's just being in a casino environment? What are you doing? So leave it in the comments, guys. I want to know your opinion on this. You know, I want to know what you think. Would you still watch if I did both? Would you just still watch if I did one or the other? Because, like I said, biggest part of my thing right now on this channel is to talk about the realities of gambling. You know, the dangers of gambling. A lot of people don't do it. A lot of these bigger channels, all they do is show you the winnings, which is really not the real thing to do. And it's deceiving a lot of people, man. It's influencing the wrong people to do dangerous things. So, house A or house B? Which one? House A? Oh, it smells good. I smell fireplace. That's a nice house. I smell fireplace. Who has their fireplace on? Man, why would you go to a casino if you could be at home, nestled in a fireplace? If you had a home like this, modern, old school, real old school. The danger is, yeah, I'm not that high roller. Yeah, I don't go there and lose money. And if I lose all the money, I'm done. I'm toast. I'm broke. I'm this. I'm that. No, that's not me. Okay? I have a backup plan always. I take the amount of money that I can lose, afford to lose only now. But even that pisses me off sometimes when you don't win. Right? In the hopes of chasing something, in hopes of winning something. Because we all like to win, guys. It's part of the game, you know. It's part of the game. So that's why we go. That's why I go. Is to have fun, you know, and keep it within my means. Very important to keep it within your means. Okay? Let's talk about what else there is outside of gambling. What else you can do? Take up health, fitness, take up something that you've always wanted to do. My friend has never picked up a professional camera in his life. What did he do? He started taking pictures, photography. Yeah. Never bought a camera and lens. Now he's all into photos. He wants something better than an iPhone. And he bought a nice rig. And he goes out there. Take a book, leave a book. Is there a gambling book here? Divergent, Electric Dreams of Hitting the Grand on Dragon Link by Raja Slots. Hey, where's Vegas Matt's book? Is Vegas Matt's book here? His life story? Matt Morrow. So, I'm at an interesting point in my life right now, guys, and even for me, I need to figure it out. What I want to do. Even gambling for entertainment. It doesn't make sense anymore. You know, if you never win, does it make friggin' sense anymore when you never win? When you never freaking win. When you come out of there a loser all the time. And right now, for me, like I said, it's not about the money anymore. It isn't about the money. It's the fact that I lost and I didn't win. That's what it's about for me. And that's what pisses me off right now, guys. Walk and talks are great for me. They're like a healing method for me to do these kind of things, so I could not only talk about it with you guys, you know, have a discussion in the comments with you guys, because it helps me figure things out in life. Just like one of you guys here, guys. I'm just like one of you guys, you know, between a hard and a rock place. I like gambling, I like slots, but if we don't win ever, what the hell, man? You know, casinos are very tight and greedy right now. They figured out a way to lie. They figured out a way to entice you with free play that hardly ever plays, and I got a free play story right now for you guys that I want to share. All right, I put out a video. Hello. I put out a video the other day talking about free play and them controlling you with the card, the player's card, right? By the way, this house sold for, it's two units. This house sold for close to $2 million last year. Crazy, huh? Anyway, so let me tell you a quick little story. Just make sure I'm recording here. Yeah, we are. Let me tell you guys a quick little story. All right. So, I go there. I didn't record this part. I mean, I just wanted to just play. About 4 days ago. Pissed me off. All right, this pissed me off. What happened at the beginning was great. Okay, put in my free play. 5-6 spins in, I hit a Dragon Link $2.50 hold and spin bonus. That was amazing. Okay, paid me $550. 10-cent denom, Dragon Link, Panda Magic, $2.50 spin, 10-cent denom on a low-level Dragon Link. All right, with free play. Something like that has never happened to me in a while. It has happened to me, but hasn't happened to me in a while. $550 bonus. Okay, make sure. Yeah, my mic is still good. All right, following me. $2.50 bet. Okay, $550 payout. Okay, hold and spin. Big balls, man. We're talking big balls. I got like two 1,250 dimes balls, a bunch of 500 balls. It all came out to $550. And mind you, no minis, well, if it was a minor, it would be a lot bigger, but no minis, just big balls, right? Big balls. All right. I wasn't even recording at the time. That's what's messed up. You know, I wanted to show you this, but anyway, I hit this, I get out. Okay, after my free pay was over, I made about $700. Real cash. All right. Feeling good. Gonna go take a break. After my break, after my food, come back, sit down with my player's card. I go, you know, I tell myself I'm gonna leave with $500. Put the 200 of their money in, the cash that I made with free play. Who needs a water heater? Broken water heater. I lose that in a jiffy. No bonuses, nothing. Okay? I lose that really fast. Not Dragon Link, but Mo Mommy. You know, lose that, put another 200, lose that. Now I only have $300 of their money. So I get up and I think to myself, like, why can't I hit something to like make that $700 into $1,000? Why do I have to just dig in now? It's almost as if they gave me something to mess with me, to mess with my brain, to see if I'd be strong enough to leave with that money. But mind you, I just got there, right? My gambling, my play wasn't satisfied. My gambling itch wasn't satisfied for the week. I was only there for 20 minutes. What am I supposed to do, right? And no, it didn't give me nothing with my real play, with my card in the machine. Nothing. And I'm not saying because it's because of the card and they're tracking me, but isn't that suspicious, like how that works? How can you get unlucky $400 in? And that's changing machines. I change machines. Okay? I just scratch my head with these kind of things, you know? Should I have left 20 minutes in? Probably. But then I would have had that itch that needed to be scratched. So that's things that we battle in our heads, guys, at casinos. You know, a lot of people say, yeah, I'm going to hit this and I'm going to stop playing. Well, what are you going to do the rest of the Vegas trip? There's people that have done that. Won a hand pay on Friday. They go to Vegas for the weekend. They hit a hand pay Friday night, but then they don't play for 2 days. Like, what the hell are you supposed to do for 2 days there? Watch other people have fun? So those are the battles that we play in our head all the time. I want to have fun too. I want to play too. You know, what are we supposed to do? Sit there and not play anything at all? So yeah. I didn't want to jaywalk, but I guess that's the only thing. Does that make sense, guys? Like, do you feel me on this? That's what I went through. I wanted to play, but then I got stuck again. That day I left $300 up. I said, you know what? I still consider that a win. And fuck it, I'm going. Excuse the F word. I know I said the F word. Look, traffic's coming. Bus is coming. I said, screw it, you know? I'm still living up, and I did. I left up. But then I kind of felt bad because I was up 400 more. So those kind of things that we always talk about, those kind of things that we always, as players of slot machines, gamblers, those kind of battles we you know, wage against us. You know, it's a constant motion. It's a constant battle within ourselves. Had I done this, had I done that, had I got up, had I sat down at that machine, you know, had I not went to the casino, I would have had all this money. Right? Somebody's cooking something nice right here. I smell that garlic and those onions and that meat. Smells good. So, I guess it's part of life, man. That's all I could tell you. But think about it. If it's destroying your life, if it's messing with you financially, I think it's time to find another pastime or hobby, guys. Try it. Try it. Try abstinence for 2 weeks. See how you feel. Try doing something else for 2 weeks. See how you feel. See if that's going to change your life somehow. Find something else in its place to do that's even more rewarding. You know, and if you have if you're having tough time with always thinking about the casinos, always thinking about the slots, always thinking about shit, I want to be there in the action right now. Counter that with the bad times. Counter that with the rides home. Psychologically, you had the talks you had, the moments you had in the car by yourself, you know, yelling at yourself, saying, hey, what did I just do, you know? Think about those moments so you could counter the other moments, because countering the other moments is very important to do. Okay, the triggers that you have when you play, the triggers that you might have, this will stop you big time. This might stop you big time from even wanting to go there anymore, so that might stop you. That could work. Think about the bad times you had. Every time I want to go and do something stupid now with the new me, which is going there, treating that as entertainment, right? Taking a limited budget. Every time I want to think about doing something stupid where I want to go for a home run with bigger money that I know if I lose, it's not going to be a good feeling, right? My hard-earned money. Every time I have those triggers to do that, I think about the moments that screwed me. I think about all the moments that screwed me at casinos. And it stops me from doing that. The thousands of dollars that you lost, yeah, we can't bring that back. I wish there was a way I can go back in time and probably not even get into this crap at all. How many of you guys said that? If I can go back in time, I would not gamble at all. Knowing what I know now. Well, it's never too late to stop, I'll tell you that. You can do that now. You're not doing it because you enjoy it. So don't give me that if I were to go back, I'd stop now. No. I choose to do it for entertainment because I enjoy it. But if this continues, that enjoyment is going to turn into like, what am I doing? Like, how stupid of me, So yeah, set up traps within your mind to kind of trick you into thinking, hey, this is not a good idea. Anytime you have these triggers to do something stupid with your bankroll, with your money, with your household money, with your paycheck, think about stopping that. At the very least, guys, take a fraction of it and try with that. But that's it. Don't dig in anymore. Just to say you tried, just to say you did. Even that, don't do that, guys. Don't do that. So, had I went back in time, I would have not got into this. Yeah. Forget about that. Forget about all the money you lost in the past, guys. That's not going to come back. That's gone. Think about what you're going to do tomorrow. And with that, I'll leave you. Till next time. Walk and Talk, episode 3. Some things we talked about in regards to thinking about quitting gambling altogether. And hopefully I made you think in this video. Hopefully this conversation was an enjoyable one for you guys. Hopefully it's a relatable one to you guys. And hey, I'll tell you right now, I'm not perfect. I'm far from perfect. But at least I recognize what's going on in life, in gambling, and what needs to be changed and what I need to do to change. All right? Hopefully you had fun. Like, subscribe, and share. This was episode 3. Storytime Slots, Walk and Talk. And we will see you on a future episode, future video. Make sure to give me one of these, guys. Thumbs ups are very important. Hype points, I guess YouTube has this thing where it's called hype. If you have hype points available, give me some hype. Hype this show up for more and more people to join the conversations in the comment section. And have fun out there. Go out, think about what I talked about, and don't go overboard. Give me one of these and comment. All right? Comment. The more comments we get, the more enjoyable it is for me to do these in the future. All right? You might want to use this for, let's say you're driving to work. You want to hear conversation about gambling. Treat this as a podcast, guys. This is a long form video, okay? This is not, hey, get to the point and move on. No. A lot of you guys say, hey, well, how come it took you 10 minutes to get to the point? This is a different type of content, guys. Conversation, walk and talk. We're going to get creative on this show. Okay, we're going to get creative. I'm going to get creative. And we're going to have fun on here. See you next time. Gamble responsibly, treat it as entertainment. If you go, know what you're doing at all times. Never spit at the machines. I've seen gross things happen where guys losing money spit all over the machine and take off. Like, what the hell is that, dude? I've physically seen it. I'll see you guys next time. Always remember to have fun and to rock and roll. Bye-bye.